So welcome children once again in this second video on loops, which is iterative construct in Java. First video we already have done. Now in the second video children we are going to study about the different looping statements. And the first looping statement we are going to study is the for statement. Now children, since this for statement is going to form a for loop which is a fixed loop, so we also call it as a for loop. Now children, regarding the for loop or for statement, we say that for statement is an automatic looping statement, and this statement is used to structure fixed loops in the program. And we already have discussed that the for loop is also called the entry control loop, since the test expression is coming before the body of the loop. So once again I am revising that for statement is an automatic control statement. It is used to structure fixed loops in the program, and the for loop is also called the entry control loop, since the test expression is before the body of the loop. Now children, we come to the syntax of this statement, or the syntax is how we are going to write. Now children, in the last video we have studied four basic elements of a loop: initialization expression, test expression, body of the loop, and update expression. So this is how we initialize. A for statement is written, then we have a round brackets, then the initialization expression, this is the first basic element of the loop, then it is separated by a semicolon, then a test expression comes, again a semicolon, and an update expression comes. Then we put this braces, and all the statements which are of the loop will come here as the body of the loop. Now children, if over here there is only one statement, then this braces is not required. So if you have two or more than two statements, then you have to put this block, or put an opening curly braces and a closed curly braces, and you form a loop, and you form a block, and all the statements within that block gets executed. Now children, if we see the example, I have written over here one example for int I is equal to 1. So this loop is going to start from 1. This is the initial value. And the test expression is I is less than equal to 10. So it is going to get executed till the value of I is less than and equal to 10. And I plus plus is the update expression where the size is increasing. And these are two statements which I have formed as the body of the loop. Now this particular segment of the program is going to print 10 times hello Meerut and welcome. So these two statements are forming a loop. So hello Meerut and welcome will get printed 10 times, since it is from 1 to 10 and step size is 1. So I hope this example you have followed. Now children, in this particular example I have used some variables, and over here this I am calling it as a control variable, and I can even call it as a running variable, or I can even call it as an index variable. So it is also called as a running variable, an index variable, but it is normally called as a control variable. Then children, we have 1, this value 1, this is the initial value from where the loop is going to start, and 10 is the final value till the loop is going to get executed. So 1 is the initial value, 10 is the final value, and I plus plus, which I have written over here, is the step size. This step size means the time that the value through which the value of this control variable is going to increase. Now children, in this particular loop, or while writing this particular loop, there are few important things which we have to follow, and these important things are first for the control variable. So I am talking about a control variable. The first point is regarding the control variable. Now children, the control variable in a for loop must be a numeric variable, and as I have used this variable as integer, it may be integer, float, double, and it can also be char of type character, char, as I have told you that character is a numeric value. So the control variable in a for loop is always a numeric value of any numeric data type as well as of character data type. Then the next point is that within a loop you can use this control variable anywhere, but we see that we don't change its value. So the second point over here is the control variable may be used within the loop, but its value should not be changed. If you change the value of the control variable, then children, the loop will not get executed that much number of time as you have structured it. Say if I say in this particular, I can use I anywhere. I can, in place of welcome, I can print I. So here I can print I. So I am using this variable, control variable within the loop without changing its value. But children, if I change its value, say if I say I is equal to I plus 20. So I have changed this value of I plus 20, when I becomes 1, 1 plus 20 is 21, and when next time it goes and checks for the condition, then this loop will not get executed. So if you are changing the value of this control variable within the loop, then the loop is not going to get executed that much number of time. Now children, these 2 points are for the control variable. As I have told you that you can change the you can use the value of the control variable within the loop, but you should not change its value. Then the next thing is, children, initial value. Second thing I am talking about is the initial value. And this initial value, children, as I am telling you over here, it may be a constant, as I have taken over here 1. It may be a variable, it can be any predefined variable, or it may be an expression. So the initial value may be a constant, it may be a variable, or it may be an expression. In the same way, children, we have the final value. The final value is the value 10 over here till the loop executes. So that is the final value, and the final value may also be a constant, a variable, or an expression. I'm just going to show it with an example over here. So I'm just writing one example to show what I am meaning with this. So children, if I say for int I is equal to x, I is less than equal to 20, I plus. This is also, here I am taking the initial value as a variable. I can even take this value I is equal to x plus 10, and I is less than equal to, I can say x plus 100 and I plus plus. So I can have the initial value and the final value as constants, as I have taken over here. I can take it as a variable, and I can even take it as an expression. So this is regarding the initial and the final values. Now children, if we talk about the next thing, that is the step size. The step size which I am talking over here is I plus plus. Now the children, the step size may be positive, it may even be negative, or it can also be in fractions, but it can't be zero. So the step size, or the value through which we are increasing or decreasing the value of the initial value of the control variable, may be positive, negative, even in fractions, but it cannot be zero. What it means, children, I am just going to tell you this, that positive means I have already written a positive over here. For example, for int I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 5, I plus plus, this is a positive value. I can even write I is equal to 2, I is less than equal to 20, I is equal to I plus 2. So here also the step size is positive, it is changing by plus 2. So the value of I will become 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and it will go till 20. The negative also, it may be a negative value also. For int I is equal to 10, I is greater than equal to 1, I is negative. So here the step size is negative. So the value of I is going to change from 10 to 1. So my step size may be positive, my step size may be negative. But children, you have to see one more thing, if your step size is positive, then your initial value should be less than the final loop. And if your step size is negative, then the initial value must be greater than the final value. These are things to be noted. Now children, there is one more thing. Your step size may be in fractions. Say if I say double I is equal to 0.0, I is less than equal to 5, I is equal to 0.5. This also works where the step size is in fractions. So the first value of I is 0. Then it becomes say plus 0.5, 0.5, then 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. This is how it is going to change. Now children, one more thing, you can even have the initial value and the final value same, and your step size may be anything. Then if this is the condition 5 to 5, then this loop gets executed only once. So you have to see that if your step size is plus or negative but the initial and the final values are same, then your loop is going to get executed once. Then I am also writing one more condition children. For int I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 5, and I am using my step size as 0, I is equal to I plus 1. Now children, if I use this particular case, then my loop will become an infinite loop, will become an endless loop. Since the value of I is 1 and I am checking for the condition till less than equal to 5, and if I am adding 0 to it, it will always become 1, and this condition will always be true. So this will become an infinite loop, or we call it as infinite loop, or we can even call it as endless loop. So these are few things which you have to follow, that the step size may be positive, negative, in fractions, but it cannot be 0. So children, these are few things which you have to keep in mind while writing a looping statement. Then there is one more point children I want to tell you, that if you have made a loop, then you have chances, or you can move out of the loop also. So jumping from the loop can also be done. So if this is the loop, here is the body, at any moment of time you can come out of the loop. We have a statement called break which helps you to come out of the loop. So within a loop, a control may be transferred from the loop to a statement outside the loop, but you cannot transfer a control from outside to a body within the loop. This is not possible. So the control may be transferred from the loop to a statement outside the loop, but it cannot be transferred from outside to a statement within the loop. I hope children, all the things related to the for loop or for statement we have studied there. And children, this is regarding the for statement. Now we go and study about the next looping statement, that is the while statement. So we are going to study the second statement, that is the while statement. And this while statement is going to structure a conditional loop which we called as a while loop. So children, we say that while statement is a conditional looping statement, and this loop is an entry control loop. So this loop, in this loop, the number of iterations are not fixed. This loop executes till a particular condition is true, and since the test expression is before the body of the loop, it is also called as an entry control loop. So for loop and while loop, they both are called as the entry control loop. Now children, for this also we will follow the syntax, and for the syntax we have all the four basic elements. First of all, we will have the initialization expression, where we initialize the control variable with a value. Then we have the while statement coming, and within the while statement we have the test expression. And children, then we have the body of the loop. These are all the statements which are getting executed again and again. And then we have the last important statement, that is the update expression. So children, this is the syntax for the while loop. First we have the initialization. For example, initialization, I am writing int I is equal to 1. And children, one more thing, for this particular loop, this control variable may be of any data type. It may be numeric, character, boolean, string. It may be of any data type, but in for loop, the control variable was only of numeric data type. So here the control variable may be of string type also, it may be of boolean type also, it may be of any numeric data type or character data type. Now then we have the test expression while I is less than equal to 10. I am using the same thing, and here I am saying statement, any statement, or I write a statement, say system dot out dot println. I am writing hello Meerut. I am writing Meerut since I am also from Meerut, so that is why I am writing it. So children, this is the loop which I have structured with the help of while statement. So here also you see that the test expression is before the body of the loop, so it forms an entry control loop. And children, this statement works. int I is 1, I is less than 10. Yes, it is less than 10. We print hello, then I becomes 2 over here. Again, with that test expression is tested. Again, this is true. Then this loop gets executed how many number of times? It gets executed total 10 number of times. Now children, if we talk about its important points, first point I have already told you that this control variable is of any data type. Then the next thing is that this loop executes only till the test expression is true. So you can have this condition over here, test expression, until the test expression is true, the loop gets executed. And children, one more thing which I have told you, that at any moment of time you can come out of the loop. So from the loop you can come out of the loop. So we have statements to do that, but at any moment of time you cannot come from outside to a body within the loop, to a statement within the body of the loop. I hope children while loop is clear to you all. While loop is a simple loop, but here we have an extension that it is forming a conditional loop, and here I have already made it a fixed loop. It is getting executed 10 number of times. But we can take the inputs of this I within the loop through the user, and according to the value of the control variable, the loop is going to get executed or not. That we are going to see in some examples when we are going to do some programs. Now children, we come to the last looping statement, and the last looping statement is the do while statement. So the third looping statement is do while statement. And children, one more thing I want you to know, that all these statements in Java which we are writing, they are written in small letter. For is written in small, while is written in small, and do while statement is going to structure for us do while loop. I am writing statement as well as loop because in the exam sometime question is asked by stating do while loop, and sometime it is asked by writing do while statement. Now children, do while statement is a conditional looping statement. As while is a conditional looping statement, this is also a conditional looping statement, since it forms a conditional loops in the program. And children, this do while statement, it structures or it forms exit control loops. So we say that do while is a conditional looping statement, and it is used to structure exit control loops in the program. And there is one very important thing regarding this loop, is that this loop gets executed at least once, since the test expression is after the body of the loop. So its syntax will be, first we'll have the initialization expression. Then children, we have the do statement. So do marks the beginning of the loop, and then we have the body of the loop. I'm saying hello here. And children, then we have the update expression, and the body of the loop gets closed, and after the body of the loop we have this test expression. And one more thing, after writing do while, you have to put a semicolon after the while statement. This semicolon we don't put in while, it is only put in do while statement. This semicolon is very important. This is marking the end of this loop. So do statement marks the beginning of the loop, while statement marks the end of the loop. And children, if you see an example of it, I am writing an example over here. int I is equal to 1, then I write do. I am starting my, okay, now here I would have written my body of the loop. So children, I am just making one, here I am writing body of the loop. This will come in the syntax part, initialization, body, and here I am going to write update. Please make the changes. Update expression. So initialization expression, body of the loop, update expression, and then we'll have the test expression. So this is in the syntax part. Now when we come to the example, it will be system dot out dot println. Again I am saying hello mirror and I plus plus, and then I am saying I is equal to I is less than equal to 10, and I am putting the semicolon. So children, the syntax is that we first use the initialization expression as I have done over here. This is the initialization expression. Then I begin my loop with the do statement as I have done over here. Then I put all the statements which are forming the body of the loop, which here I have written as, so I print hello, system.out.println hello mirrored, and update expression is I plus plus. Update expression can also be of any type in this, and then we have the test expression followed by a semicolon. Now children, one more thing I have to tell you over here, that the control variable here also may be of any data type. It may be numeric, it may be character, it may be boolean, it may be string. So you can use any data type in the control variable, and your control variable is going to control the execution of the loop. But here, since it is an exit control loop, the test expression is checked after the loop gets executed. So we say that this loop gets executed at least once, even if the test expression is false. Say for instance, children, I have taken my initialization expression as 100. So now 100 is less than 10. Is it or not? It is false. So this condition is false. But even though this condition is false, this loop will get executed once, and then this condition will be tested, and then the loop gets stopped. So this loop is going to get executed at least once, even if the test expression is false. So this is the do while statement, the structure of the do while statement. Now children, the next thing which we have to study in this particular topic is that this is the second part of iterative construct in Java we are doing. Now we have to come up with similarity and differences. Similarity and differences. First is we are talking about for and while. So children, what is the first similarity between for and while? I think the first similarity between for and while loops or for and while statements are that both the loops are entry controlled loop. So for loop is an entry control loop, while loop is an entry control loop. This is the similarity. Now when we talk about the differences, we say that for loop is a fixed loop. It is a loop which executes for a fixed number of time, and while loop is a conditional loop that executes for a particular condition till a particular condition is true. So for loop is a fixed loop and while loop is a conditional loop. In for loop the number of iterations are known to us, and in while loop the number of iterations are not known to us. In for loop, the control variable is of only numeric data type, whereas in while loop, the control variable may be of any data type. So is it clear? Differences: for loop, automatic loop, fixed number of times the loop gets executed. While loop, conditional loop, the number of iterations are not known to us. The loop executes till a particular condition or till the test expression is true. Next point of difference is that that in for the control variable may be of any data type, whereas in while the control variable is of in for the control variable is of numeric data type only, and in while the control variable may be of any data type. So this is the similarity as well as the difference between for loop and while loop. Now children, we are going to study about for loop and do while loop. So first of all children, if you are going to see the similarity, we can say, if you want to write one point of similarity, we can say that both the statements are looping statement. They are executing a set of statements more than one number of times, or they are executing a set of statements repeatedly, because we don't find a concrete difference between similarity between both of them, but we can say that they both are looping statements. They both are looping, therefore both are forming a loop which are executing our statements more than once. And now we come to the differences. First difference is regarding the control variable. The control variable in for loop is of any data type, whereas the control variable in do while loop is of the control variable in for loop is of numeric data type, and here it is of any data type. So this is the first difference. The second difference is that it is an entry controlled loop, and here we say that it is an exit control loop. Here we say that the number of iterations are fixed. The number of iterations are fixed in for loop, and here we say that the number of iterations are unfixed or not fixed. So we don't know how many times this loop is going to get executed, but here we know the number of times the loop is going to get executed. So we say that this for loop is only using control variable of numeric data type. Do while is using control variable of any data type. For loop is forming an entry control loop. Do while is forming an exit control loop. Here the number of iterations are fixed, but here the number of iterations are not fixed. And one more thing, since it is an entry control loop, it only executes when the test expression is true. So we say that only executes when the test expression is true. And here we can say that it executes at least once, even if the test expression is false. And the reason I have already told you, since the test expression is after the body of the loop, so we say this is the reason. So children, here we have done the similarity and the differences. These are the differences between loop, for loop and do while. Similarity is that both are looping statement, both are executing the set of statements more than once. Now children, we come to the next similarity and difference, and that will come between while loop and between do while loop. While loop and do while loop. So these are the similarity. First of all, similarity we say that both are conditional loops. Both while and do while are conditional loops. Second point of similarity is that control variable may be of any data type. These data type. So similarity is that both the loops are conditional loop, the number of iterations are unfixed. So unfixed number of times these loops are going to get executed. Control is the loop is only going to get executed till the condition is true. Then control variable in both these loops may be of any data type. And now we come to the differences between these two, and the difference is this is entry controlled loop. So while is an entry control loop, here we say that it is an exit controlled. So while is an entry control loop and do while is an exit control loop. And here we say that loop executes only if the test expression is true. The loop executes only if the test expression is true. Here we say that the loop executes even if executes at least once, even if the test expression is false. So children, these are very important point of difference. While is forming an entry control loop, do while is forming an exit control loop. While loop gets executed only if the test expression is true, and do while loop gets executed at least once even if the test expression is false. So children, these are regarding all the three looping statements. I hope you have followed these looping statements. You have also followed some working of it, and more we are going to learn when we are going to start with some programmings. So these statements you have to memorize. You can go through the book also. And children, as I am telling you, please start watching these videos and also watch the previous videos which are very important, which you have not seen, like expressions in Java, operators in Java. These questions on these topics are also coming. And please subscribe this channel to get your notifications for the new videos. Very soon we are going to continue this, and now we'll be doing some programs in loops, and then we have some statements like break and continue. We have some more statements related to loop, nested loops are going to come. So all these things we are going to cover in this syllabus. So thank you very much children. I hope you have followed everything I have taught you in this video. Thank you very much.